5.5 years for me. So it's been quite the journey, all the way from Melbourne, when we were just a big muddy hole in the ground, living in a shared house, working out of a warehouse, through to what you see today with URBNSURF Sydney.
I mean, pretty impressive to not only be the only brand in the world that boasts two surf parks, but do it in 4 years within each other. How do you feel? How do you describe that feeling today?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's no other way to describe it. I mean, you're creating something that just puts smiles on people's faces, you know, and there's a huge amount of hard work that goes into it. These things are new, the technology's new. It's tough, but to get the output that you can see behind me is just something special.
And you've announced today our opening date. Tell us about the booking system and when we're opening and what to expect.
Yeah, so the booking system opens today for the May 13th. It's a Monday. Members have been open for 1 day already. Guests from today as well. You can book an array of different types of sessions and lessons right now for a few weeks' time, which is really exciting.
How stoked are you to see elite athletes out there today absolutely going for it and everyone just being a part of that?
Yeah, that's a big part of our story. Oh, sorry, that was a bit loud. I'll start again for you. That's a big part of our story. That authenticity around surfing is really key. We want to have a lot of respect for the origins of surfing. Having the pros in the water and really enjoying it means we've got something that works for them as well as beginners, you know. So you're covering such a broad array of people, which is amazing.
And then it's also so accessible to anyone who's never done it before. Can you tell me about that experience?
Yeah, we use the term democratising surfing, right? So if you're surfing at a normal break in Sydney or Melbourne or anywhere in Australia, it can be pretty competitive, can be a little bit intimidating. URBNSURF, the wave pool, it takes all those barriers away so you can just surf without having to worry about those things. Really warm and welcoming in the water.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How would you describe URBNSURF to someone who doesn't surf but would like to come out but is not really sure about what it's all about?
I would describe it as access to an experience that they've never tried before, just like any other type of action sport. The beauty of it is here that you're in a controlled environment, you've got lifeguards on duty, we've got safety procedures, we've got all the kit for you, so you can come along with nothing and learn from scratch, as many people have in Melbourne, and become a progressive surfer all the way through to something a bit more serious on an expert barrel.
Amazing. You must be pretty proud of the team behind it.
I am. Sorry, I'm just walking. Sorry, George. It's just embarrassing. Gosh.
I can't see it.
Fire the question again.
You must be pretty proud of the team.
I am. I mean, we've grown from basically 5 people from my early days into 250 people now. We've got a team of hard workers. They are so resilient. They've overcome COVID, dust storms, red rain, you name it. We've encountered everything on these projects, and we're still coming out the other side. So I am proud of them. I'm going to miss them tremendously when I go, but I couldn't pass it on any better hands.
And can you explain how unique this is as a construction project? Because at the end of the day, it's an engineering feat, and it is surf, not on the ocean.
Yeah, so it's pretty unnatural, isn't it? The fact that you're putting a lagoon the size of a cricket ground on a piece of ground that's 20 kilometres from the ocean, yet you're running 2-metre barrelling waves. So the forces around that are really technical and quite complex. So they are hard to build, requires a lot of work, a lot of engineering work, and perseverance as well, because every day you have problems, you've just got to keep knocking them down and get to the output you see behind me.
Your full name and your title?
Sure,
okay?
sure. Lucas Townsend, CEO of Surfing New South Wales.
Okay. And then just a little bit here.
Sure.
Lucas, being a massive part of the surfing community, growing up in that culture, what do you think this means for surfers to have a wave park in Australia and in Sydney?
For surfers like me that have grown up surfing their whole life, we've been imagining and dreaming of waves like this forever. We've been drawing them on our textbooks as kids in the back of the classroom, and now to see perfect waves one after the other in a controlled environment where we can drive to on any day of the year is just absolutely game-changing.
Could you believe, like, when you were growing up as a surfer, that this would ever be in your lifetime, that we have not got one but two in Australia?
Growing up as a surfer in Sydney, you know, we're often struggling for good waves. That's the reality. But to have a pool is something that we never thought could have imagined, let alone having 2 in Australia. It's really going to help us progress wildly fast, and also just fill up the stoke tank that we like to call and get us into good waves more often.
Awesome. And then obviously everything that URBNSURF is about is really making surfing accessible. Can you give us a bit of a snapshot of the current landscape of surfing in Australia?
Of course. I mean, for Surfing New South Wales and URBNSURF to have a partnership really brings us aligned on our values. For us as an organisation, our vision is to build better communities through surfing. And what this does is create a controllable environment for people to pick up surfboards for the very first time. It's safe, it's repeatable, there's experts here to help develop skills. And then Surfing New South Wales and so many of our surf schools are there to help people then into the ocean safely and build confidence. So this really is for the first time democratising access to surfing. It's no longer for those just stuck to the coast. Anywhere, even here in Western Sydney, you can learn to surf.
And you would know firsthand how hard it is to get a project like this up and running. How does it make you feel? Like, what is your reflection of the team at URBNSURF and Damon, what they've been able to achieve?
Absolutely. I think Damon and his team at URBNSURF have really pioneered a new frontier for surfing. This is the equivalent to what skiing got when they got chairlifts for the very first time. This is important infrastructure that makes the sport of surfing easier for everybody, but it's not easy. The reality is there's tricky, these guys have had to tackle weather conditions, planning approvals, design, the whole lot, and under a macroeconomic climate of costs soaring, it's a miracle that they've been able to deliver this pool, and full credit to Damon and his team.
Anything else?
Maybe just some high performance stuff, or
Yeah, go for it.
yeah.
Got a question?
No, that's all good. A marquee part of our partnership with URBNSURF is for us to create repeatable conditions for our athletes coming through Surfing New South Wales. It's one of those things that as surfers, it's hard to get the perfect wave over and over again to develop the skills. So when they get to competition, they've got the muscle memory, they've got the experience. So that's going to be a real advantage for our athletes heading towards future gold medals. And then the last one, we're really excited to work with URBNSURF as well on our Surfers Rescue 24/7 program. We're trying to equip surfers from across the state as first responders. Over 63% of our surfers have saved lives. UNSW has found that surfers are saving as many lives, if not more, than volunteer lifeguards in unpatrolled regions. So to sharpen their skills in an environment like this creates an army of lifesavers through our surfing communities.
Milla, because you're sending this out to media, can you just say your full name for me and how old you are?
I'm Milla Brown and I'm 16 years old. Yeah.
So Milla, I mean, you're third at the moment for junior titles, right? Or ranking number 3, are you?
I don't know.
Anyways, never mind. Tell me, you're a superstar, you're competing. What's it like surfing in a wave park?
It's pretty fun because it's super repetitive, so if you're trying to get like a new turn or a new air, it's super good because you get the same wave like over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, is it nice to know that you can bank on the next set being pretty much the same as the one you just rode?
Yeah, definitely. So if you like fall on one, you're like, damn, and it's like, doesn't matter, I get another one exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you surfed at a wave park before?
Yeah, I've surfed in the Melbourne URBNSURF and it's super fun, and this one definitely lives up to that one standard.
Do you reckon you'll be out here often?
For sure. As soon as the wave's bad at home, I'm straight here.
And how did you feel when you were out there doing the airwave and the big ones?
It's pretty nerve-wracking because it's like, only get like 3 waves on it, so it was pretty stressful, but it was pretty happy to land one.
And do you reckon, because of the wave settings and the variety, that this will be an option for beginners or people who want to be like you but who don't know how to surf?
Yeah, for sure. There's like, I think there's like 5 different settings, so there's like all the way from beginner all the way to like expert, and it's like slowly, gradually get your way all the way up to the top.
Yeah, amazing. Would you ever bring your mates out here and be like, let's have a go?
Yeah, for sure. It'd be so fun with all your mates out there, just taking over the lineup and just having a blast.
Awesome. That's about it.
Thank you.
Bye. Right. Owen,
Yes.
tell me, what was it like out there?
It was great. Like the waves are good. Oh, sorry, I've seen it, mate. Yeah, it was good. The wave was amazing. But mostly for me now, on the other side of my competitive career, I was just thinking, wow, it'd be nice to sit here with my fam, push them into little waves in the shore, go out, get a couple waves myself, come back, have a few beers at the restaurant. My mind was just going, and we're in the city. This is beautiful.
Have you been to URBNSURF Melbourne before?
I have, yeah, but I think this is a nicer location, personally. Like, it's not like at the airport. So it seems nicer. It seems like you're right here in the city, close to everything. So, yeah, it feels like you could do a nice weekend away and come and have some perfect waves.
What do you think about, it's that vibe, right? It feels like somewhere you can bring anyone regardless
Totally.
of surfing ability.
Yeah.
What do you reckon that'll do for the sport to let others in?
Well, I think it's amazing, you know, like not just for the future generations, but even for, say, for myself. Like I can bring my mum here, I can bring my wife, I can bring my kids, and we can all sit around and do something for the day. It's not like you're going to the beach. You get, you know, like only one of you can surf, and someone's got to keep an eye on the kids and whatnot. It's like everyone can have a great go here.
Yeah, awesome. Do your kids surf now?
Yeah.
How old
Yeah.
are they? How old are they?
Yeah, I got 3 and 7. So
amazing.
yeah, they'll be definitely surfing here. We come down to Bondi all the time, so it'll be quite an easy trip over here and to just enjoy the park. It's amazing.
And how did you feel out there on the airwave? Was that pretty good?
Oh, I loved it. I only got 2 chances, but I made one, but I could sit there and do that for hours. I had a great time. And I don't really do airs anymore, but I really enjoyed it because it's, you know, repetition, and the wave's the same the whole time, which was like, oh, I could probably get something down.
Yeah, did it feel different being out there and knowing you can bank on the next set being the same?
It really did. It felt like I had a chance to improve. And I think that's really important for the next generation, is like, we've seen Milla out there just nail a huge air reverse, like second try. Give her an hour out there, just non-stop tries, and she's going to be better than Philippe Toledo.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah.
It'll be amazing for our athletes.
Totally, yeah.
Anything else you wanted to add?
I cannot wait to come here with my mates and come in and enjoy the restaurant and the beers and just the day of it.
It'll be the best.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Awesome. Blake, just for the audio check, can you say your full name?
Blakey Johnston.
Awesome. What was it like out there?
It was so much fun. You can't wipe the smile off my face or anyone else's face.
Have you surfed in a wave park before?
I have. I've been down to Melbourne. I flew down to Melbourne multiple times to actually get in the wave pool.
And what is that difference? How do you describe it between the sea and a wave park?
It's just, you know what you're going to get. You know, you can think about, you plan your wave out and work on improving your surfing before you get, you're guaranteed it. And that's the awesome thing about surfing, the unexpected nature of it. But coming here, just knowing you're going to get waves and having a plan for your surf is really awesome.
Yeah, and you've known Urban Surf and what they're about for a while. How awesome do you think it is for them to build a brand that's making surfing really accessible for everyone?
It's so important. People get to know what surfers have known for a long, long time, that how amazing it is, how we can be out in the water with our 8-year-old kids and a pro surfer at the same time, sharing that common interest of riding waves. It's just amazing.
How did you feel when you were out there before?
I felt pretty good. The air section was a bit intimidating. It's not my strength, but that's what it's all about. You know, showing vulnerability, learning something new and feeling good about yourself, you know.
And what was the vibe out there with the group?
The vibe's always epic. If I'm in the water, we're having fun, so it was amazing.
Oh, awesome. And, you know, if someone asked you about Urban Surf, how would you describe it? How would you recommend it?
I would say it's for absolutely anyone. You know, it's providing that safe environment and that guaranteed, you know, controlled environment where you can feel comfortable knowing that you're out there and you'll get the repetitions to see some progress within your first couple of sessions.
Awesome. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Do I need to? Nah, I could say. What's this for?
It's a BNR, so we send it out to media who couldn't come today.
Oh, okay. That's all good. I could say my world record, it started from the Melbourne wave pool, just riding 100 waves in a day.
Let's do that.
Yeah, cool.
Tell me a bit about that record in Melbourne.
Yeah, my world record of 40 hours and 7 minutes and 707 waves was sparked by my first ever session in the Melbourne wave pool. I was there for a corporate day when it first opened, just frothing to be there. And after the second or third session, I looked around, no one was in the water, and I just asked, can I stay out? I stayed out for 7 hours, rode 100 waves, and just thought, this is the best ever. I Googled what's the world's longest surf, and that just inspired me from having such a good day to go and make a difference and surf as longer than anyone's ever surfed, so it's amazing.
Legend. Thank you so much.
All good.
Now, Blake, what's next year in terms of the world record? Is there anything you want to do here?
I think the possibility of riding 1,000 waves in one session here at Urban Surf and bringing the community in could be something that I'm interested in doing. I think it could be my next big challenge.
And tell me a bit more about what that might look like in terms of an event.
I reckon it'd be amazing to have, you know, the community come in and surf with all different walks of life, encouraging me, helping through the dark moments. We can have live music, breath work, and ice bath, and talk about mental health and positive mental health and make a difference that way.